Mercedes furious at F1 after announcement. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Mercedes news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Mercedes Toto Wolff slams FIA over personal family attack after investigation. Toto Wolff has made his anger towards the FIA quite clear, stressing a red line was crossed with their recent investigation, which brought his family into play. Formula One's governing body, the FIA, caused a stir with the recent announcement of an investigation into a potential conflict of interest involving a member of Formula One management and an unnamed F1 team boss. With Mercedes principal Toto Wolff's name linked as a result of an internal FIA briefing and his wife Susie Wolff implicated by association, Mercedes issued a statement to announce their surprise and denial, FOM also hitting back at the FIA investigation. The investigation was swiftly concluded, with the FIA satisfied with the robustness of FOM's own compliance management system, though it left a sour taste. Susie issuing a social media post in which she described herself as collateral damage and revealed she became the subject of online abuse. Toto had confirmed in recent days that an active legal exchange had been opened between Mercedes and the FIA regarding this investigation, one which he has now heavily criticized the FIA over after his family were brought into play. An absurd accusation was created out of nowhere, he is widely quoted as having told Sport Bild. This was a personal attack in which a red line was crossed. After 10 years as team boss, I'm already pretty hardened to hearing things, but this story was shocking. If I'm caught in the crossfire, that's not a problem for me at all. I've developed a thick skin and can take it. But when people go after my family, that's a different level. Mercedes 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton also spoke out against the FIA in relation to their treatment of Susie. Speaking to media ahead of the FIA prize-giving gala, Hamilton said, "It's been a challenging week, a disappointing week, really, to see that the governing body of our sport has sought to question the integrity of one of the most incredible female leaders we've ever had in our sport in Susie Wolff without questioning, without any evidence, and then just saying sorry at the end. And that's just unacceptable. We've got a lot of great people within the sport that are doing amazing work. There is a constant fight to really improve diversity and inclusion within the industry, but seems there are certain individuals in the leadership of the FIA that every time we try and make a step forward, they are trying to pull us back, and that has to change." 2024 marks a landmark season in the F1 Academy Series, which Susie manages, with all 10 F1 teams to select one driver to compete with their livery for the upcoming campaign. It has been a difficult period for Mercedes. From 2014 to 2020, the Brackley-based squad enjoyed a spell of pure dominance, but has since enjoyed a challenging time in Formula One. In 2022, the sport started operating under new technical regulations, and Mercedes instantly discovered a hindering problem in porpoising as the car bounced uncomfortably down the straight, adding to the fact that the Challenger was inherently slow. The zero sidepod concept that it has since abandoned brought it just a singular race victory, courtesy of George Russell at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix in 2022. Mercedes was once again off the pace this year and endured its first winless campaign since 2011. Toto Wolff spoke to select media, including Racing News 365, to assert that there is no finger-pointing going on behind the scenes. "This is something we have been instilling in the organization straight from 2013, Wolff stated. "We blame the problem and not the person. We are a safe environment. Nobody got fired because of non-performance. We always find solutions. If a department doesn't perform, it's my fault, because then I haven't provided the right framework or wasn't part of hiring the right people. It makes no sense to blame someone who's not doing good enough because everybody is trying their best. This is the mindset we have in the organization. So, no blame culture, we stuck to it, which I'm very proud of." Wolff revealed that he is bearing the weight of Mercedes' struggles over the last 2 years. "It's tough because I keep hammering myself," he said. "You can say this is a physics problem and not a mystics problem or not an organizational topic. It's more that we got the physics wrong. I keep questioning myself and my contribution all the time because I feel myself as the team, as do many others. So in difficult times, I wake up in the morning and ask, what is it that I need to do? However, despite the hardships that Mercedes has faced, Wolff has endured no thoughts of stepping down from his leadership role. "No, I don't," he said when asked if he ever ponders himself resigning, "because I still think that I can contribute to the team in my area of expertise." The second story is Mercedes talks up 2024 F1 title chances for Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Mercedes Chief Technical Director James Allison insists both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell can win a world championship next year, provided they are given the car to do so. After 8 straight years of Constructors' Championships from 2014 to 2021, Mercedes have endured a barren run in the last 2 years. The Silver Arrows only won 1 race in 2022 and failed to reach the top step of the podium at all in 2023, though did finish P2 in the Constructors' standings. Hamilton, who has won 6 of his 7 titles with Mercedes, has not won in more than 2 years as Red Bull and Max Verstappen have dominated. However, both Hamilton and Russell penned new contracts this year until the end of the 2025 season, and ex-Ferrari guru Allison, who moved back into a role on-site earlier this year, insists both are capable of overhauling Verstappen. "They need us to provide them with the equipment," Allison told Sky Sports' end-of-year review show. "Lewis has proved 7 times that he's world championship material, and he was the highest-scoring non-Red Bull driver this year. George has made 1 or 2 errors in the year, but equally you've seen very strong performances from him in a number of races this year. It's been quite a good learning experience for him in his 2nd season with us. I'm certain that both men with the right equipment could both be world champions if they fought hard and well enough." Allison admitted the team have made mistakes in the last few years, with a unique car philosophy ditched in May, but insisted Mercedes are very fortunate with the resources available to them. "We have lots of assets," he added. "The team itself, with very strong engineers, an operation that would be the envy of many, notwithstanding a few mistakes that we made here and there in the year. And a driver lineup that all teams would look at with an envious eye. With one of our drivers, we've got arguably the most successful person to ever sit behind the wheel of a racing car, and in the other one, a very promising younger man in George Russell. We're a very fortunate team. We need to make that good fortune count next year and hopefully take it 1 better than P2. The 2024 F1 season, with a record 24 races, starts on 2nd March with the Bahrain Grand Prix. George Russell has stated that Mercedes is looking into the fluctuating qualifying gaps that were present between himself and Lewis Hamilton throughout the Formula One season. Mercedes ended the Constructors' Championship in 2nd place despite enduring its first winless season since 2011. Russell and Hamilton were the only teammate pairing to end the qualifying head-to-head battle equal, as they both outqualified each other 11 times. However, it was often the case that when one outpaced the other at a race weekend, a large deficit on the timesheets was present between the duo. Despite the large gaps across the season, Hamilton was 0.017s faster than Russell, with the Alpines' Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon to have a closer gap. With the form swinging wildly between Hamilton and Russell at alternating weekends, the latter has asserted that it is being looked into by the team. "It's definitely something we've noticed," Russell said. "Lewis and I, over the course of the year, I don't think we've ever been at the same pace. Over the last few years, our qualifying record is almost the same, but it's either one driver is 6/10 ahead of the other, so it's something we're trying to understand. I think often when you're slightly on the back foot as a driver, you're chasing to close that gap. Sometimes in doing so, you take a step backwards rather than actually close that gap naturally. It's something I'm trying to figure out myself, and I'm sure he's trying to figure out as well." The third story is, Lewis Hamilton has full faith in Mercedes after an exciting factory visit. Lewis Hamilton insists he continues to have full faith in Mercedes delivering a competitive F1 car in 2024 after visiting the team's factory in Brackley last week. Hamilton is without a win in F1 since 2021, as Mercedes have struggled since the introduction of new ground effect cars at the start of last year. Personally, Hamilton enjoyed a strong F1 2023, securing 3rd in the Drivers' Championship behind Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. Speaking at the FIA's prize-giving gala on Friday in Baku, where Hamilton was in attendance to collect his trophy for finishing 3rd in the championship, Hamilton spoke about the very positive mood at Mercedes. "The mood is very positive," he said. All the members of the team are grateful to have got second in the constructors, given the challenges we faced this season. It's always quite emotional. I've been with the team for such a long time, but each time you go back to Brixworth and Brackley and you're reminded of how big the team is pushing you forwards from behind. And you see some people who new to the team that have joined while I've been here, some been here way before, also some have worked on my engines since my first Grand Prix in Formula One. While Hamilton has seen Mercedes' new car, the W15, he refused to get drawn in about how it looks currently. I think it's always difficult. I'm not an engineer or designer. You see the car, it's always an exciting time of year. I have seen the car in the wind tunnel. I always go via the wind tunnel, he added, to see it evolving in certain directions, whichever direction it ends up going. When I was leaving yesterday again, I popped in to see where we were, and when I come back, it'll be a different animal.